I was at work and I really enjoy my job, yet it was very physically demanding. Hauling around sacks of coffee, 152 pounds, totaling probably close to 10 to 15,000 pounds a day. I really enjoyed it, but there were a few too many times where I wasn't using proper form, I wasn't squatting properly. I exposed my back, I exposed my knee, and at one point I'd hurt my back. I realized it was really bad one morning when I got up and bent down to put socks on and I couldn't get back up. I had to like crawl up my bed and I was like, oh no. I called in sick to work and I was like, I need to go see a doctor and see how I can get back to work as soon as possible. The doctor was like, okay, you need to go see a physio. My boss at the time was like, Margaret, you should probably take the next couple of weeks off and you need to really make sure that you heal. I was like, no, I think I need to like figure this out. But I kind of didn't really want to see somebody who was gonna say, hey, stop working, stop moving. Apprehensively, I showed up at your clinic and I think I came in and I was like, you're not allowed to tell me that I have to stop. And you're like, okay.
You basically look like you wanted to kill me. You came in like this, like,
yeah.
So yeah, you fully expected me to tell you, you have to stop working, which is not something I do. First of all, I know you weren't gonna listen to me. I could just tell right from meeting you. But secondly, actually, rest is not best. And we used to think that it was best. When people would get ACL surgery, the doctors would say, don't move your leg for 3 months. You have to keep it still or else. And then they noticed that some people got better and some people didn't. And then they did a study looking at why did some people get better? And they found that those people did not listen to the doctor and they did not rest. And they actually got better way faster. So now we know the only times you need to rest is when you have a recent surgery that could be wrecked or you have a broken bone. But you know, people are still scared. Even doctors are still on old news sometimes. Practitioners are on old news. And so basically, I have these pain relieving maneuvers, which I taught you, and you were so good. And you were like on the floor of the coffee roasting company, like doing your little exercises to relieve pain.
I would run away every 15 minutes and
every
do my,
15 minutes?
Oh yeah.
That's how bad it was?
I wasn't supposed to be, but I was running away and I was like, gotta stretch. It was really, really good. The most freeing thing was, it was so ingrained into me. As soon as you feel a twinge of pain at all, stop. And instead I was like, all of a sudden there was this freedom I felt of, I think I can continue working through this. The next day I'd wake up and it wouldn't be any worse. And I was like, whoa, okay, I think I can keep doing this. Because not only did you give me pain management exercises, but you gave me strengthening exercises that helped to strengthen muscles around the injury too. I felt that really, really helped.
Right.
And I had coworkers that would just laugh at me and I was like, well, watch me, because I'm back here and I was like on my back 2 weeks ago, and here I am hauling these sacks of coffee all over again, like 2 weeks later. So
yeah, I taught you like the weightlifting way of using your breath.
Yes. Yeah. The exercises that you gave me were a lot of mobility exercises. To this day, I'm doing it probably 5 or 6 times a day. I was on a hike on Sunday and I sprained my ankle, but very, very lightly. And so I immediately was like, don't panic, don't stop, keep going. And, you know, made it through the hike, enjoyed every minute of it, got home, and, you know, it was a little painful throughout the night. And it's great today. So obviously it was a very, very minor twist, but I know that old Margaret would have just stopped immediately. I would have put myself through that whole, no, don't do anything, sit around, rest it, because I would be paralyzed in fear that it was gonna get worse. And I think that's the huge thing for me, is I'm no longer paralyzed by fear of, okay, this injury is going to stop me from being able to do the fun things that I wanna do.
Awesome. That's exactly what I want. That's my favorite thing in life, is someone who wants to keep going and just wants to know how. With those mobilizing exercises I'm giving people, what you'll notice is they're secret techniques that I got from one of my mentors, and they're amazing. They help you to keep going because they relieve pain in the moment. So it's not just like, oh, we're stretching or we're doing this or that. We're actually using specific techniques. When you're doing your activity and your pain starts to ramp up, you can do them during the activity and the pain comes back down. Like, did you find that with those?
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Yeah. What kinds of crazy things have you been doing?
Currently, right now, I am boxing. I go to classes minimum 5 days a week. I'm starting to discover this new fascination with trail running. And now I feel at 40 that I'm much healthier than I was even when I was 30. And I want to feel even healthier when I'm 50.
So I have like secret tricks for every place so that you can use when you're doing something that hurts you, and then you can keep doing it because you have these things.
Forearms too. I had issues
tennis
with
elbow too.
Yeah, I had tennis elbow.
Yeah.
And honestly, like when I started boxing, that was a huge thing I was worried about. And I immediately started doing this, and I started doing, there was a weight exercise that you had me do, and I just intuitively started doing that as well. I've been seeing you for probably over 4.5 years, but there are long stints in there where I don't see you. I mean, I think there were like 2 years and I didn't see you. And that's what I really appreciate about your style too, is that you don't give me exercises or you don't do treatments where you're constantly bringing me back. You treat me to get me out the door. It's one of those things where I know that I, you know, even after 2 or 3 treatments with you, I'm seeing that improvement. I have that hope that, and I know that it's getting better, and you're giving me exercises so that I don't have to come back.